You've got Game Face, and this is Kerbal Space Program, Lunar Exploration Craft. And today's mission is all about getting satellites around Mun. Communication, monitoring, etc. So there's going to be some scientific payload. It's just a mixed bag of stuff going to Mun, basically. So the first thing we need to do is work on our craft. Okay, so I think we've got our craft here. Some funky things here. We're going to have to check these out and make sure they work before we go. One is my decouplers here ended up inside. And I couldn't get them to come outside the reaction wheel. So I'm worried that I can't click on them. And it seems to be the case that I can't right-click on them. Every time I do, I'm right-clicking on something else. Of course, it might be the case that I can actually do this. But no, I can't. It'll all select all four of them and won't let me right click on them again. So, redesign. Okay, I'm hoping this works a little bit better. But I'm guessing it's fucked me when it's come to fucking order. Of course it has. It's put this and these four somehow with this one in between it together. I just don't understand the logic, or the lack of logic that's applied to the placement of these things. Like, really, that they can relate two different things, completely different things, in completely different stages, and say, oh, yes, that rocket's going to fire with that. No, there's no logic at all. Oh, fuck. What a mess. Okay, I think we've got it sorted. So, what I've done here is I've had to go in and I've had to change the layout here so I can actually right-click on this and choose decouple. And that will happen. Whoops. Awesome, eh? Okay, so it looks like everything worked just fine and we're ready to go. There's no docking to be done. There's nothing like that to be done. Basically, I am setting Mun as a target and I'm going into an orbit around Mun. These aren't geo or Mun synchronous orbits, lunar synchronous orbits, or whatever you'd call them. They're just regular going around Mun over and over and over and over again orbits. So off we go. Ooh, that bounced around a bit. I'm wondering if I should have had some reinforcement of some type up here. So far, so good, though. I'm not going to be worrying about slowing down at 200 and all that stuff, even though every time I say that, I feel like I have to do it. I've got enough fuel here that I don't need to worry about that, I don't think. That was a double negative, wasn't it? Okay, and there we go. We lose a massive amount of speed when that happens. And we're back down to about 200, and it should start climbing before it hits it. There we go. Climbing back up again. Climbing back up. We're at 10,000. We're leaving the thicker part of the atmosphere. I'm going to start my rotation. Rotate to 45 degrees. Well, not rotation, really. Whoa. Whoa. Wow. That tried to go way past it. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We're still doing okay. We got lots of fuel. Lots of stages. And a long way to go. So I'll probably just bring it up to 100 here, and we'll go from 100 kilometers to do our moon burn. I feel as though I should be gaining more altitude here. I don't like that. That's not the way it should be. But that's getting higher, so I'm not going to worry about it. By the time that reaches 100, which I'm halfway there, it will be more than 2 minutes ahead of me, and I will have loads of time to do a maneuver. The other thing that could happen that's bad is you can catch up to it, and you're not putting distance between it and you, and basically you're on your way back to the planet at that point. But I'm already where I want to be. I'm past it, actually. Okay, so Mun is way over here, so we're not doing a maneuver from here to get there, that's for sure. But there's 102 and 114. You know me and my orbits. I don't like them being different. At least when I start. Why start wrong, eh? 109 and 108. Whoa, 109 and 109. Okay, we'll go with 109. So here we are. I'm going to turn on RCS. Then when I'm almost there, I'm going to turn on time. Speed up time for a moment and stop the rotation. I think we did okay here. So here we go, and RCS back on just to get us nice and centered on our target here, or try to. And there we go. So we're gonna burn in 49 seconds here for 34 seconds. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think we might have enough. We'll see. We'll see. It won't matter if we don't. I can easily make it to Mun without. My orbit is not in the right plane, but it's not off far enough to make any difference. And I'm going to burn now. Crossing the node. I always wondered if this is more accurate or not, because the node calculates if you were instantly to change velocity. That's what the node is. So I'm at 113 and 109. Well, of course I'm at 109 there. But yeah, I should have probably been doing that. Yeah, I like that. That was awesome. I'm going to start to try to make that more consistent and get closer orbits when I, on the first try, so I don't have to make as many adjustments. So, I believe if I were to make an adjustment, say here, I'm going to bring that out. Watch, I don't fucking scroll over it. And now I'm going to start to roll it around. And I think right about there, we will have an encounter. I'll have to bring it out a bit, though. There we go. 60. 59. 59 will be perfect. That is perfect. So we will get on target. I'm going to shut the RCS off again so I don't use it all up just trying to fucking turn the ship. Because that would be silly. Seems like this is our center of motion here. RCS is not set up for that to be the center of motion. But it will do. It will do. So the plan here is not to drop all 4 of these satellites around Mun. The plan here is actually to have 3 of them around Mun, and the 4th one is just for balance. Because really, I don't think you need 3. If you can have 3, they'll all be able to communicate with each other. As long as they have a reasonable altitude, I believe is the case. Well, I guess if they're far enough away, they'll all be able to communicate with each other as well. But in our case, I just want basically 3 satellites around Mun. And we got a 22-second burn. We're going to burn at 11 seconds here, which we're almost there. You can see Mun, but of course we're going to meet it over there. How do we do this now? Well, we need to dump one of our satellites. Or should I say prep one of our satellites, or launch one of our satellites. So, here we go. This is the first of the Mun lunar orbiters. So there it is. And we're going to extend our panels. And launch is complete. What we really need to do here is we either need to drop to a lower orbit for a while until our vessel basically gets to the point where it's 1/3 of the way around the planet, different from this vessel, and I should probably rename this. LAV probe. LEC, Lunar Exploration Craft Probe 1. Oh, wait a minute. Let's rename that again. It is a probe. Yeah, I guess it's a probe. It's not a lander. It's not a station. It is just a probe. Awesome. Okay. So now... the probe can go off and do its own thing. I, on the other hand, need to get into a retro burn. That's amazing. It actually fucking works. Why that should amaze me, I don't know. Okay, so now we're going to bring our orbit down. And that's going to sort of bring our orbit down in here. So now we're going to go 39. And now what's going to happen is as I fucking move out of here, if I see probes on here, yes, the probes are here. So there's the LEV and the LEC probe. Watch this. Look at that. It's going faster. Because of course, in order to get to where it's doing and what it's doing, it needs to go faster. The problem being is I should have probably done it the other way. Because under 50,000, it can only go to 4. But you know, I think actually we can launch all 4 of these vehicles here. And next time I will go to a higher orbit to slow it down. It'll take twice as long though because, well, I'll have to not only pass this vessel, but I'll have to pass the next one I put up as well. I guess I could have just changed perspective to this vessel. But I think I'm going to add a burn here, because I think I'm almost at 90 degrees here. And we're going to bring our orbit back up to 60. Or to 58 point whatever it is. Basically get back in the orbit of the other craft here. And our burn is in 7 minutes, so better get on target. Okay, here we go. We got a burn in 3 minutes, and it's a very short burn. It is very short burn. So I'm gonna just start this here manually, and all I want to do is bring this up. And there it is. It's fucking dead on. Dead on. So if we look at this, we basically, well, we're not quite 90 degrees behind, but let's pretend we are. And what we need to do now is release the next vessel. Extend the panels. I went with the long panels. I think they look cooler. I know they don't look anywhere as cool as the big fucking huge panels. But that's fine. And we're going to rename this to LEC Probe 2. There we go. We have 4 orbiting craft, or will in a moment. We're going to decouple that. We're going to extend our panels here. That would have been the biggest mistake, is if I didn't put RCS or put fucking panels on this thing. And now, what do we do? Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rename. This is the LEC probe 4. Awesome. So I am in a retrograde. Whoops. Wrong vessel. Thankfully I didn't mess that up. So I'm just going to step out of here for a bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to reduce our orbit. And we're going to crash this onto Mun. Hopefully with utter and total destruction. The surface is coming up at 370 meters per second, and I doubt we'll see a fucking thing. And there's the other pieces of it. And there we go. There they are. All 4 of them. That one can talk to that one. That one can't quite talk to that one. I know my orbits aren't perfect, but they're close. This one should actually be over here. This is the one that seems to be out. And I do have the fuel to correct it, and I may do so. I actually put fuel on the probes, so they're not going to be completely useless. But I think that's going to be it for this episode of Lunar Exploration Craft. We accomplished our mission once again. And now we're getting a stream of data back from Mun. I know I didn't put any communications or antennas on there. But whatever. If this were the real unsandbox mode, I would have. And that's what we have. I'm Gameface. This was Kerbal Space Program Lunar Exploration Craft. If you liked it, click the button. I'd like to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.